All right, everybody, welcome back. I'm yelling again. I'm Casey.
I'm Kevin.
And this is Express Mail, episode, I believe, 19 or 20. 19. Thanks, everybody, for your comments and stuff, except for T. Hawkins, whoever that jerk is. How do we want to start the day off?
Well, I just found out about 30 minutes ago there's been a terror attack. And I mean, the world we live in nowadays, this crap's coming over to our country. A lot of this stuff that you used to hear about went on in Israel or Ukraine or one of these other countries, third world country somewhere. It's happening over here a lot now. And supposedly some group that they're advocates for, people like the people in Gaza, the people that were kidnapped and all that, and they're still
the Israeli people.
Yeah, some of them are still in Gaza. They were marching for them, and somebody decides to throw Molotov cocktails at them, and it was at a mall, Pearl Street Mall in Boulder, Colorado, of all places.
And real quick, don't lose your thought, but if they had done that in Texas,
somebody would have shot them.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a wonder somebody didn't shoot them in Colorado, because there's a lot of people in Colorado that think the same way we do. They're just not.
Absolutely.
They're just not. Maybe they weren't in that group, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe Coloradans will get smart and start electing better people.
They should. Because, man, it's like they're surrounded by a sea of red, and they're kind of purplish. But anyway.
Kind of like Dallas. Sea of red, and right in downtown Dallas, it's blue.
But anyway, I don't know that much about it because it just happened an hour or two ago, and supposedly I seen a little deal on X about Kash Patel said something about it. They've got people on scene, and of course the local law enforcement, they're there. But anyway, this just happened like a few weeks after some guy in Chicago walks out, and it was a fatal shooting of two Israeli people that worked at the embassy in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
So, a bunch of anti-Semitic people are living in this country, evidently. I don't know, either that or they came here from another country, and, I don't know. I don't know what their deal is, but hopefully they catch these people that were throwing the Molotov cocktails. And, I mean, can you imagine getting hit with something like that? No. That's just like, you're on fire.
Yeah, they said a lot of burn victims.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah. But anyway, at that Chicago thing, somebody started shooting into a crowd of people, leaving an event hosted by American Jewish Committee, a group that fights anti-Semitism and supports Israel. Well, some guy from Chicago, I guess he's the guy that was arrested for doing that. But I don't know if anybody was killed during that. But anyway, too much of that crap's going on. And I don't know what it is about these anti-Semitic people, maybe we need to start calling them racist like they call us all the time.
Absolutely.
Just get in their face and call them racist or something.
They're racist terrorists. And they probably came through the porous border sometime in the last 4 years, come over here. I mean, a lot of them coming over bragging, you're going to know my name, so they're going to try to do something to get.
They're here to do something. That's all. That's all it's about.
And then we just found out. I forgot when this happened, but there was a club in Los Angeles that got raided, and a bunch of illegal Chinese and Taiwan.
What did it say? Dozens of them, or
quite a bit.
Chinese and Taiwan.
Illegals
that are here. What do they do? Fly to Mexico and then jump across the river, or what? I mean, like, are they overstay visas or what? I mean, somehow or another they got here and
causing problems.
They ain't supposed to be here. So
and talking about all this, was it the judge that went ahead and reversed the thing on Trump, or he can start deporting?
Supreme Court did.
So if you're an illegal alien and you really want to be in this country because you love this country, not because you hate it and you're trying to tear it down, they've offered take the $1,000, fly back home, get in line, and come across legally. If you really love this country and want to be a part of this country, that's what you would do. If you're not willing to do that, then you're here for the wrong reason.
Yep, and you need to be out of here.
Adios, muchacho. That's Spanish, ain't it?
Pretty much.
There you go.
It was when I was in school.
Muchacho.
Yeah. That's what we always, I mean, the easy stuff, that's the only thing we said anyway.
Speaking of violence, let's talk about the Ukraine drone attacks.
How about that?
Boy, you want to elevate a war.
Yeah. 40
Russian
warplanes. Yeah. Now, I don't know.
Blowed up real good with the drone.
They were warplanes. I don't know what type, bombers or whatever, but blew them up and destroyed them. You want to knock a hole in somebody's military.
Well, and you want to tick somebody off.
Yeah, I mean that can escalate.
That can stop any talks.
Yeah, they could. That could escalate things big time. But it could also, and I don't think Russia would be the one to go, okay, man, look, all right, we give. You just knock out 40 of our planes.
Putin ain't going to do that.
Yeah, Putin. That's not Putin's style. So,
no.
And Russia's a big country. I say big. I don't know how big it is really, but they're, at one time they were thought to be one of the most powerful countries. Now we know that ain't true.
True.
So, but Putin's just not going to just say, okay, we give.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
And Trump trying to talk to both of them to get this thing to end, that's gonna go a long way from making it not happen.
Yeah.
So you got that.
So that's just all this violence that's going on here lately, and it's all really escalated in the last 5 years since the millions of people coming across the border who hate us.
Yeah.
So it's time to clean the streets up. And I think with the deportations being cleared, start getting these people out of our country. And like I said, if you really want to move here and assimilate and become an American, then you take the 1,000, fly back, get in line, and do it. I know, and I do agree that to become a citizen of the U.S. is a crazy process for someone. I mean, it takes crazy money. It takes crazy time. I think the United States does need to somehow streamline that to where we can figure out.
It's like anything that happens over here. The U.S., the Drug Administration, it takes them forever to approve drugs for, could be life-saving drugs. It takes years and years and years. And then adoption is another thing that just gets to me.
Yeah.
It takes years, sometimes, I'm not going to say years, but it takes a long time.
And a lot of stupid process stuff.
For an adoption to take place when it shouldn't, it shouldn't take over a few months. You can really scope somebody out in a few months.
Yeah.
And decide whether they need, and you can check on them once a year or once every 6 months or whatever you want to do to make sure the process went like you thought it was supposed to go. But come on. There's just so much
red tape.
We drag our feet and we have so much crap to deal with as far as our government that it makes a lot of these things just not worth even. And I understand why people sneak over here and want to stay here or whatever, because if they stay in their own country, it's going to be 3 years down the road before they ever get over here.
I know, and like I say, we got to do a better
somehow
job.
That's got to get cleaned up.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess let's see. We're kind of, so this is our little political time. So was that all that you have? And then we're going to talk about this state senator Robin Webb from
Kentucky.
Yes, she has now moved from being a Democrat to a Republican, citing that her values and the needs of her
coal.
What is coal?
Coal, like the coal that coal miners.
Oh, I thought that was like a whatchamacallit.
Coal miner constituents.
Yes, so she said that the Democrat Party has totally moved away from her values, and so she's now become a Republican. So that's good news.
Yep. She's a state senator, but hey, good for Kentucky.
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe she'll. You never know. You might see her on the national scene one day.
True.
Jumping into a little sports, the Stars are out of it. They won the first game of the playoffs, and I was talking to who? Oh, I was talking to my son-in-law, and I didn't know whether they'd won or lost that last game, and I said, "The Stars out of it," and he said, "Yeah." He said,
"What was it, 6-1?"
Yeah, something like that. Well, that was the third game. I don't know what the last one was, but he said just watching, you could tell Edmonton was they're like the class of the league right now. So it was a tough hill to get over to beat them 4 out of 7. So, and we didn't get over that hill. They beat us. So
congratulations to Edmonton. So,
and I don't know who's on the. I guess we're one division, and the other division was probably going to be like Carolina, and I think it's a Carolina and
I don't know anything about her.
Florida team or something like that. I don't know, one of them teams. So anyway, that's probably going to be your Stanley Cup.
I thought they were playing the Houston Oilers, so
yeah,
they could have been.
Could have been. I guess they got oil in Edmonton.
Probably the same.
That might be what's supposed to be flowing down the Keystone Pipeline right there, Edmonton Oil.
Hey,
I never know.
That's true. That's a thought. We got
the Rangers.
The
Rangers are 29-31 and third in the league for anybody that's into baseball.
Yeah. Heavy D needs to comment and tell us more about how he thinks they're going to end up.
They beat St. Louis today, 8-1. So the bats got cranked up evidently, and evidently we had some good pitching too because they only scored 1 run. So, but anyway, that's all I know about the Rangers.
Birthdays? You want to go over some birthdays real quick?
Yeah, a bunch of them.
Yeah, let's start off with May 30th over the weekend. Winona Judd turned
61.
61. I'm older than her.
Yeah.
She looks older than me. But so we have got Naomi Judd.
No, Winona.
Winona. Naomi passed away.
Yeah.
So that was on the 30th. So yesterday we had the big Joe Namath.
Joe Broadway Namath.
82 years old.
Yeah, he looks it too. You can tell he's lived.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, he's lived. There's no doubt about that.
Brooke Shields.
The
Blue. What was that? The Blue Lagoon.
The Blue.
Everybody fell in love with her when that movie came out.
She's big now on some of the Hallmark movies. She's doing a lot of movies now. Some of them pretty good too. Yeah.
Colin Farrell.
48.
Didn't he go? He went through a bunch of crap or something other. Like, didn't he get in trouble with the law and all that kind of crap? And he's kind of straightened himself out a little bit. So yeah, good for him. I guess.
Yeah, I watched.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, he's a very good actor, and I look younger than him too. So
yeah,
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, I don't know how old she would have been, but
golly, she was born, I think, in 52.
No,
25. She was born in 25 and died in 52.
Yes, maybe that might be right.
Yeah, so she'd be dead by now.
Oh yeah, she'd be 100.
Yep.
Morgan Freeman, he's 88 years old.
One of the best actors to ever come out of Hollywood.
Yep, he's a good one. He's done awesome. He's done a lot of movies I watched.
Yeah,
liked. Done one. The one really stands out to me is the one he did with what's his name? God dang it, the one that played in
Pete Rose.
No, the one that played in Lonesome Dove. Not Duvall, but the other one. Oh, you can picture the guy, can't you?
No, I haven't watched Lonesome Dove in 100 years.
Name, man. He's a good, Well, as soon as I say his name, yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
I can't think of what his name is, but anyway.
Is he young or old? Is he our age or older?
He's older than us.
It ain't Con, is it?
No.
I can't remember who.
I think he's from Texas. He's from like San Saba or Lampasas or something down there. But then, I think he's got a ranch down there or something.
What was the name of the movie?
I don't even remember the name of the movie, but it was like.
And you brought it up?
Like Bucket List.
You don't know the name of the movie or the actor?
Bucket List was the name of that movie.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Anyway,
where they went out and did all their bucket list stuff.
Yeah.
My favorite thing he was in was one of the Batmans.
Yeah, he played in all them. Yeah.
Yeah,
he was good in those.
He was really good.
Wasn't he like the?
He was like in 007. No, he was.
He was like a.
He was like a scientist that created all the cool stuff.
Yeah.
Andy Griffith.
Andy Taylor. Mayberry
R. Did he die?
Oh, yeah,
he did die, didn't
he?
I'm 62. He's 62. You're 2?
Yep.
So we grew up on that. I mean, after school, Andy Griffith come on. That was part of. I mean, that was probably the best childhood in the past 100 years. I think.
Yeah,
Just
plenty
growing
good
up
shows,
in that
yeah.
time, you had
I
the
Love
Three
Lucy.
Stooges, I Love Lucy, Andy Griffith.
My kids are so
It's this.
they don't even think
They don't even know what a show is.
you tell them about the Three Stooges and they're like that ain't even funny. And I'm like, you're just something's wrong with you, man.
That's
Something's
right.
wrong with you. That's all there is to
That
it.
is right. That was the good old days.
Yeah.
Who's down at the bottom? Oh, Tom Holland, who played Spider-Man. He's young. I don't know how old he is today. But today's his birthday. Got a lot of birthdays today. Who's next up to the
Ronnie
left?
Dunn.
Ronnie Dunn. Brooks and Dunn. Yeah, good stuff.
Ronnie Dunn is the one that does most of the singing. Kix Brooks is the dark-haired one who wears the cowboy hat all the time. So.
Yep. And was it American Idol that kid just came in second, or was it The Voice? It was American Idol.
I don't watch him.
But anyway, Brooks and Dunn just signed a kid that just came in second, either on The Voice or American Idol. He's a really good country singer. So they're still around.
You showed
I
me
guess.
the guy. You showed me a video of the guy.
I even joined his little thing on Facebook. I still can't tell you his name.
Powers Booth.
Powers Booth.
Most of you younger folks probably remember him in Tombstone. He was Curly Bill Brocious. And he's played a lot of other stuff.
He was rude.
Yeah, he was. He played that part
Mm.
to the hill. You know, he was good in that. And then
One of those movies that every character they put in to play on that movie played the perfect part that they put him in.
Sure did.
It was amazing.
He also played the guy that drank the Kool-Aid. What was it? Jim Jones?
Jim Jones.
He was that guy. He played that in that movie.
True story, kiddos. Y'all look it up. What was the name of that?
I don't know what the name of it. Jim Jones. All you got to do is Google Jim Jones, and you probably
see what
you
happened.
can see what happened. He played Jim Jones in that movie, though.
Beautiful lady coming up next.
You got Pat Boone before her.
Oh, I was already down to
You done
beautiful
skipped Pat
lady. I
Boone.
done skipped old Pat Boone.
Pat Boone's got to be bumping 95, or he got to be Clint Eastwood's age, isn't he?
Hey Siri, how old is Pat Boone?
You need to unlock your iPhone first.
Oh my
There's
heavens.
no one in your.
Shh.
And the next
So we don't know how old Pat Boone is. He's got to be 95.
he got to be in the 90s.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been an American staple. You know,
For as long as I've known.
we've been born. I mean,
Yeah.
we used to. I mean, didn't he play
He
the
played
Pat
in-
Boone show? Where
I think he might have had some kind of variety show
Yeah.
or something other. I don't know.
He's been around forever. Isn't he like a religious guy too, or something?
Somewhat.
Kind of a
I
singer.
don't think he built his career on that, but
He sang Christian songs or something too. Didn't he?
he's had. He had
Anyway.
a daughter that sang one time too. She was kind of.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't remember her name, but.
But quit trying. Quit making us do all the research. Y'all go research Pat Boone. You'll see what's happening here. All right, now to the beautiful young lady. I don't see
Lisa Hartman Black. Clint Black's.
That's right. Her legs were insured at one point for how much? Do you remember that when she was on that show?
I don't.
They insured her legs.
Really.
Yes, and it
Wasn't
was
she,
for like $1 million. What she is like a variety show she was on, like Inside Edition, but it wasn't that. It was more about.
I thought she was on Bewitched.
I don't know about that.
Look on there, Lisa Hartman Black. 'Cause I think
All right.
that's what I always heard. She was I always heard she played Tabitha on Bewitched. I may be
come
totally wrong.
on. Are
That's
you
what I
kidding
heard.
me?
Dude, that's
Really?
shows from back in the 60s. She's about our age. She's about 8 or 10 years older than Clint Black is.
All right.
Yeah, read that up. You'll
All right.
find out about that.
Go ahead.
And
I'll look
Tony
this up.
Snow. I don't know if some of y'all might not remember him. He was the press secretary for Bush.
Yes.
Was it Bush?
Yes.
Yeah, he was
Yes.
the press secretary for Bush. He used to work at Fox News. Then he was a press secretary or vice versa. I don't remember how that went. But anyway, he was a good dude, and he died.
Who are we talking about? I
Tony
know
Snow,
he died of cancer.
yeah, like
he was
53.
only 50-something years
52,
old.
53
Yeah.
years old, so he wasn't that old. But
Well, it says here she got her break on Knots Landing.
maybe that's what it was. But somebody said when she was a little kid,
She could have. It's not bringing that up.
somebody might have been just full of it.
Oh, she was. Look here. starred on
Played
short-lived Bewitched spinoff. Oh no, she didn't play on Bewitched. She played on the spinoff called Tabitha, 77 to 7, just 1 year.
There you
But
go.
she played Tabitha. There you
you
go. I did not. I probably didn't watch that.
I never knew they had a spinoff.
But
That's
I think if y'all leave in the comments, y'all remember where they insured her legs when she was
I
on.
thought that was but you're not talking about Lisa Hartman Black. You're talking about that's another woman.
Pretty sure.
I remember that. Yeah, she was one of them like a commentator or whatever. But it wasn't her.
It wasn't her?
No, but I think her name was Hartman though. That's probably why you're getting confused.
I think
her name,
be. Yeah.
her name was Hartman.
She even starred the Hallmark Channel.
She started it?
No, she starred in some of the movies on there. You and Me is the name of the movie.
Didn't tell you.
All right. So, yeah, I didn't see anything about insured legs.
But that was another Hartman.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what her name was. But I think she was like a commentator. She was the host of one of them shows like you're talking about, like one of them talk shows.
Yeah, one of them where they go over like movies and TV shows and stuff, like one of those things. But who else? Brigham Young. Didn't he start the Young Chevrolet dealership in Dallas? Huh?
No, he's the Latter-day Saint dude, isn't he?
Yeah.
And
didn't the university named after him?
Yeah, Brigham Young University, and he's up in Utah.
Oh,
I was in Utah one time. I used to go to Salt Lake every now and then, and I don't know if I was supposed to or not, but I was unloading at a convention center there, and I could look across the way over there, and I could see this big, where the university is, that big tower that they built and all that.
I've never seen it.
So I went over there, and I went inside. I'm just walking around like I own the place. Nobody said nothing to me. I walked in. Not inside the building, but like on the grounds, and people were walking, doing their thing, kind of like a typical college kind of
university,
campus.
Yeah.
So I'm walking around there doing my thing, and nobody's following me or nothing. So I end up going in a place where the big, and I probably got a picture of it somewhere, where the the organ
holiest
thing,
of holies.
The organ thing, with all the pipes and all that kind of stuff. That's a big deal there.
Yeah.
And there's a big tower there.
Okay.
They built, and this thing is built with stone that was probably as tall as this table,
kind of like the pyramids.
probably about 4 foot tall, and about maybe as long as this table, 8 or 10 foot long. But it was built. They got supposedly, and I was talking to somebody about this.
Yeah.
They said that they were putting this thing together, and it was going to be like is basically a watchtower. But they got this thing started, and about the time it was during the time the Civil War was going on, and supposedly some Union soldiers were supposedly heading that way. They found out about it. Of course, you're riding horseback, so if they're a couple hundred miles away, that could take a few days, or 5, or whatever, a week or 2. So all that they had built up to that point, they deconstructed.
Yeah.
And they didn't want them to know that was being built or something or other. I forget what the whole story was, but anyway, you can probably look that up and find out some cool information about that. But it was a beautiful campus that they had up there, and
Brigham Young.
I seen what I want to see, and I walked back across to the convention center. Nobody ever bothered me, but it was cool.
Now, so so that's a Mormon university.
Mormon? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's what I thought. I was like,
he's the head Mormon.
He's not still alive.
No.
He was born in 1801.
He was the one that started it, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But anyway, also, if you ever go to Salt Lake City, you can make a U-turn in an 18-wheeler in downtown Salt Lake City.
And tell us the background.
The reason
you told
why
me that before.
because Brigham Young. I was asking somebody about that. I was like, man, I'd love coming here because you don't have to just watch both mirrors and make sure you ain't about to run over somebody or whatever. Somebody gonna run over you, and you can pull up against the curb right here if you're unloading or whatever. You can leave and just make a U-turn and go out. But supposedly, according to the local people around there, when they were building that town, when that town was being established or whatever. I guess Brigham Young had some say in that, or somebody, or the town council, who I don't know who it was. They wanted those streets wide enough to where you could take a 4-horse team and a wagon and do the same thing, make a U-turn with them.
Oh,
So the streets are just wide, man. They're just
nice.
easy to get around. You can see all the way across town, just about, So it's just a cool place to go if you got to drive a truck, anyway.
That's pretty awesome.
A beautiful, beautiful place.
All right, so we covered the Rangers, right?
Yeah,
Or
not whatever.
a little under 500. All right, yeah, Daryl, tell us about them. And hey, Barney, you never commented on what happened to your pops. I still want to know that. All right, we want to get into the women's workshop that I put together.
Let it rip.
All right, you have to back me up on some of this.
Okay.
I don't want to get in trouble by myself. All right, ladies, lean in a little bit. I'm going to help you out when it comes to weekends with your husband. This will help you out big time. So let's say it's a Friday. I don't know. This is for husbands and wives, okay? It's a clean show here. So, ladies, it's let's say it's Friday. No, let's say it's Saturday, and you've gone to the store and you come home. Your husband's on the couch watching a movie, watching a sports show. The minute you walk in the room, you've interrupted. And the reason I'm saying that is because the first thing that comes to your mind is she going to say something? Is she going to interrupt the movie? Is she going to interrupt the show? You're afraid to hit pause because then you've given her an opportunity to speak. But what happens? Okay, so while that's going on, our minds have just lost track of what's going on the TV because we're worried about is she fixing to talk and interrupt the show? And do I hit pause? Do I not hit pause? So, ladies, let me give you a little advice here. When you walk in a room and your man's on the couch watching TV or whatever, and you can tell he's engrossed in something, just say, "Hey, babe, can you pause it?" Would that work?
That would work.
Buddy mine, he's like me. I'm sitting there watching something, and in walks the wife, and she starts talking, and you're like, was there a solar burst? Is her eyes, they burn her eyes? She can't see I'm engrossed in this movie. And you're looking at her, and you take the remote, and you just like pause, and you're looking at her like, are you really talking to me right now? So anyway, ladies, just interrupt right away. Hey, I got something to talk to you about. Okay, now
I can assure you, mine ain't walking in the house without saying something.
You should pause.
Just, what's up? How you doing?
Give her the opportunity.
You might as well because it's coming.
Yeah, and then another thing is to make your Friday evening or Saturday evening even better. Here's a little tip for the ladies. You want a great night's sleep. He wants to watch TV or whatever. I would suggest you walk up behind him. If you walk in front of him and do this, you're going to see some bad acting. So walk up behind him, put your arms around him, kiss him on the neck, and then a real sweet voice say, "Hey, babe, not tonight. I've got a headache." So what happens at that point that you can't see is the grin on his face goes from ear to ear because now he gets to watch TV unfettered. She's going to bed. It's a win-win. You go to bed, get your sleep. So let me tell you, when you come in and talk during a movie, there's no difference to a man that if you've been back there asleep and your man decides it's time for me to go to bed and take a shower, and he just walks in the room, flips on the light, "Hey, hon, I'm going to go take a shower," and you've been asleep for 2 hours. There is no difference because you're sitting in bed thinking, did he really just do that? Did he turn on the light? Is he talking to me? I mean, that's the exact same thing that happens to a man's mind. And so when you walk in a room...
It's not that you offended them.
No.
You just rattled them.
Yeah. Yeah. Can she not... I mean...
Our brains don't...
Is her eyes, still burning from the sun? Does she not see me sitting here watching this? I mean, so anyway, just do that little trick. You want a good night's sleep? He's happy. You don't know it. If you do this in front of him, the bad acting, he's going to try to look sad,
Well, I deal with that all. She comes right in front of me every night.
Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Just, ladies, don't do it. Go up behind him and do this so you don't have to watch him fake it. So anyway, I put that together. Took me a little while, but
a lot of thought there.
A lot of thought. So ladies, just You can't think like a man. Trust me, you can't. You think you can. You women get together and go, well, my man's thinking this. No, he ain't. He's not thinking that at all. That's like two squirrels getting together to talk about what the cat's doing. They don't know what he's doing.
Most men ain't gonna think about what a woman's. I mean, what they're thinking about. You don't. There's so much going on. It's like a 100-mile-an-hour racetrack up here. Just everything's going on. And a guy, he's sitting there. He could be just sitting there staring at the wall. He's got one thing, probably no more than two things on his mind. If he's got more than two things on his mind, he's a different kind of dude. He's
you need to enter him in some kind of contest. He's got more than two things going on.
But that's just the way guys are.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, and TV for us is like, especially like if my wife goes a bit, or she goes out of town and stays with her grandkids, it's like I get to watch TV because like you're watching something and now you're tired of it. She's sitting there, you're tired of it, and you're like, I'm gonna move on. You move on, what's the first thing out of her mouth? Why'd you turn that? I was watching that. And you're like, so now if she's already gone to bed, you can interrupt what you're watching. You
Pause
can just
it, go use the restroom.
Yeah, go to the shorts and just pow, pow, pow. So, ladies, if you want a good night's sleep, just be sexy and tell them you got a headache. You'll both be happy. That's for our older married couples, I think. That don't work on young kids.
Not so much just older married couples, but people who's got a lot of years experience anyway.
Yeah. So,
put it that way.
Yeah. So, anyway, ladies, you're welcome for that. And we probably saved about 30% of the marriages.
You never know.
Yeah.
Could be.
Wisdom. Women's Wisdom Workshop. I'll be coming up with some other good stuff.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah. So, anyway, what else?
That's it.
We're going to wrap it up.
That's all I got.
Oh. Do we want to talk about Bible study this morning?
We can do that.
You want to do it? You want to read
Bible study about Leviticus? What are you?
Talking about what God did.
That wasn't Bible study. That was that was church.
No, that was Bible study.
It was
Bible study. Yeah. So anyway, ladies, a lot of you don't know this, and to be honest with you,
we didn't either.
We didn't know it either. I've heard it probably 100 times, but it never sunk into what really happened in Genesis when God made the man, and He had already made everything, and so
all the animals, all the birds, everything was here.
He said it's not good for man to be alone. So then He started making the animals, and He started like hoping that one of these animals would be a helpmate or be a good fit for the man to work whatever. So after God ran all the animals by him,
didn't He name them too?
Adam named all the animals.
Yeah, he's like, that's a cow, that's a horse, that's a bird. That's,
how do you do that?
I don't know.
But I'm also wondering, are there any animals that are here today that God didn't start? Did He do all these little bugs in the ground and did all that happen? So anyway, so I'm getting off track here. But anyway, so He ran all the animals by Adam, let him name them, and to see if one would be a good helpmate. Well, after all the animals went through, God was like, well, none of them worked out. So what does He do? He rips the rib out of the man.
It makes a woman.
So I don't know how to tell you all this, but the animals had a first shot at that. Go read it. Genesis, I think, chapter 2. Read it all the way through. It is unbelievable. I don't know. I'm going to leave it at that. That's what it says, so I'm going to leave it alone.
Hey, I ain't questioning God.
No, not here we're not.
No, sir.
No, not anywhere we're not.
But that's all I got.
That's all I got. I'm wore out. The women have left the room. Now the guys are in trouble. Did you hear what he said?
You listen to that crap?
I didn't say it. Go read Genesis 2. It was really, it freaked me out. I was like, I didn't know that. But anyway, all right. Go ahead, Kevin. Tell them what to do.
Like, share, and subscribe. Keep the comments coming, please.
Ring the bell. Yeah, comment. We got some people commenting. We need some more comments on.
Need some booyah people from over across the world.
Yeah.
We got our who is it? New Zealand? Not New Zealand. Zimbabwe. In the Philippines, yeah, we got some people in the Philippines.
That's right, we do. Don't we?
Sure did.
Wow. So, and also, I'm putting together a women's workshop for the New Guinea ladies. I've got to learn more about their culture.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with that one. So, trying to help the little New Guinea ladies out. Is it New
Are
Guinea?
they little?
Yeah, they're little. Like a guinea pig. They're guineas.
Yeah.
All right. I'll wrap it up. Like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, comment. We really appreciate everybody who is commenting. And that it, Kevin?
That's it.
All right. We're going to wrap this up. I'm Casey.
I'm Kevin.
Peace.
Adios.